Kenneth Matiba of Kiharu didn't know. NYORO of Kiharu knows it. And that's where the problem is. The year is 1992. Now, as I say 1992, I want you to think of 2027. Moi knew he gonna lose it in the presidential election. And so he called his press secretary, Linjiru, and told him, let's start packing, let's leave. So, when Moi said pack and go, ama sio hivyo Linjiru aliwaambia?
Then he told me, let's pack up and go.
In 1992?
Yes.
He wanted to leave?
Mm-hmm. He said, you cannot win this.
At that particular time, Kibaki had launched a party that was so popular called DP. That is 1992. Today, Rigathi Gachagua has launched a party that is so popular in the mountain called DCP. Now you understand, tunapelekana pole pole. Then, Linjiru, as he says, they decided, no, we have to divide the mountain. And by dividing the mountain, we have to make sure that Kenneth Jido Matiba runs, so that they can run Kibaki this way and Jido Matiba this way. Then they can divide the vote so that there is a person who's gonna make it through the middle. So they told Moi, give us a few millions. Linjiru, he told you what?
So we told Moi we want so many million, a couple of millions of shillings.
And these millions were to mobilize people. And to make posters, they actually threatened somebody with death.
We went to a government printer. We told the government printer, we shall kill you. What we are going to do here, you shut up. We want hundreds of thousands of posters, ikiwa na picha ya Matiba.
And Matiba doesn't know, he's in London. He doesn't know. So when Jido Matiba arrived from London, at the airport, there were so many people waiting for him. But who are those people? Who are those people once again? Remember, the president is Moi. Walikuwa wakale. Moi alileta wakale na buses za mashule, buses za parastatos, zikatolewa namba, zikawekwa namba zingine. Am I lying, Linjiru? Am I?
Now, when Matiba was coming from London, we organized bus, magari ya parastato. Ikatolewa namba, tukaweka namba ya raia kupeleka watu who were friendly from Rift Valley.
Vile Matiba alifika kutoka London, akapata watu wamejaa airport, wakamuuliza who is going to be the president of this country. Yeye sababu ya excitement, ameona watu na siye amemobilize, wamekuja tu, akasema let the people decide. Linjiru, am I lying?
Kati Matiba alifika airport, he went mad with excitement. Alipoulizwa, who will be the president? Akasema, let the people decide.
Then, after that, they started planning rallies for him. So they told somebody, go tell Matiba to come to Rift Valley, Kawakale, Rift Valley, so that the people in this whole country can realize that he is loved by everybody, not just the mountain. Wakampeleka Nakuru kukajazwa hivi watu ya Rift Valley. Kumbuka ni Moi anapanga wajaze hivi. Sasa vile watu wa Kenya waliona huyu jamaa anapendwa Rift Valley, they started saying here at the mountain, huyu mtu ndio anapendwa, huyu ndio mtu anapendwa.
So now we convinced Matiba's press that people in the Rift Valley are so excited about Matiba's entry into the presidential race. They would like for him to face it. Tukanjaza watu wakumshangilia na posters.
Walijaza parks hivi. Today, they're doing the same with NDINDI. Yeah, so that we can scuttle the mountain. And that's what I'm saying. Matiba didn't know, but NDINDI knows. And even if he doesn't know it's happening, he knows there's history. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's why, if you listened to NDINDI when he was launching his party, what did he say? After here, nitaanza haswa na Uasin Gishu, nitaenda Bomet, nitaenda Nandi.
I'll be going across Kenya. Haswa mimi nitaenda Uasin Gishu County, na nitaenda Nandi County, nitaenda Bomet County, nitaenda Elgeyo Marakwet, nitaenda Kericho.
Why is he saying all those things? Because wale watu watatokelezea, sababu ni watu wa Kasongo. Watakuwa wameletwa na Kasongo kujae watu, so that we watu wa mlima tuone huyu jamaa anapendwa kule. Na unakumbuka sisi tukienda kule tunachapwa, lakini yeye anapendwa, kwa hivyo tumpende hapa. It is history that is just about to repeat itself. So Kibaki ran and Matiba ran. Kibaki got 1 million votes. Matiba got 1.4 million votes. So together they got 2.4 million votes. Na Moi akapata sijui 1 point what. So that means he won because he divided. Oh, tutaongea bro. We'll speak. Ni hata naenda. So at least you know something. At least let me continue hitting something. I don't know what you call it. I can give it name Kasongo. How you know?
Wacha leo niongee na mtu anaitagwa Dede Nyoro. Dede Nyoro my friend, ukajua vile umeuma watu. Watu wameumwa na watu wamekumulika. Juu anaona wewe ni traitor moja mbaya tena zaidi. Wewe ni traitor wa Kikuyu. Kila mtu anaona hivyo. Ni vile wewe huwezi kuwa unajua, lakini wewe Dede Nyoro, wewe ni traitor. Na wacheni wa Kenya niwaambie jina Dede ni kusema nini? Dede ni nzige. Nzige. Mtu wa kurukaruka. Kama yeye sasa Dede Nyoro vile anarukarukaga. Na Dede Nyoro kama ungekuwa mjanja, hata ili ungenyamaza tu. Ukae vile ulikuwa umekaa kiwatermelon. Lakini sasa my friend umekuja kujipigisha na hiyo chama yako. Hiyo chama my friend unajua iko pande ya Ruto. Kila mtu anajua. Hata kama si Mkikuyu anajua hiyo nini iko pande ya Ruto. Si ati hatujui. Na Dede vile sisi tumeumizwa huku. Unaona vile Gezorai tulibomolewa. Unaona vile Nairobi tulibomolewa mpaka Kikomba. Urudi ukuje utuambie twende kwa hiyo serikali. Na hiyo serikali ndio tuipiganie gia tukaamka usubuhi tena zaidi. Tupiganie hiyo gava Ruto akalie hiyo mamlaka. Sasa amekuja amepea watu wa broad based. Wanakaa ni kama hao waliamkaga usubuhi sana kwenda kuvotia Ruto. Hata sasa hata watu wanaweza sema watu walipea Ruto kura mingi sana. Kina Wanga, kina Uburu, kina Junet, kina Joho, yani unaweza dhani watu walipigania hii gava tena zaidi. My friend, wakatupo baka ndani, wakafungiwa sijui baka nini, wakafungiwa baka ma-account, wakipigania Ruto 2022. Na ni wale walikuwa matraita wale wabaya tena zaidi. Sasa ndio wanajigonga kifua. Tuko kwa serikali sisi, hatutoki kwa serikali. Tunataka mkate nusu, tunataka kiti ya vice, tunataka sijui intern security. Takataka. Sisi ndio tuliamka hiyo asubuhi. Tulikunywa matiaga sana huku mkiandamana. Tukapigwa mpaka mafimbo za vichwa za miguu. Watu wakakufa juu yenu. Sasa ndio nyinyi mnajipiga kifua. Tuko broad based. Tuko broad based. Na hamna adabu. Lakini wacheni niwaambie. Juu sasa sisi ndio mtatukuta my friend. Tutafufua baka wafu. Watavote. Na ndio mnaona baka punda my friend ilikuwa imevaa kofia DCP kama hii. Hata hiyo itachaguana. Ndio mjue maasira zetu mahali ziko. Msifanye wa Kikuyu ni wepesi hivi. Na mimi si mtu wa kurukaruka. Unasikia Kikuyu original. Kuanzia babu na babu na babu. Ndio mimi mmoja. Kama ni tohara nilitolewa kwa rowe. Mimi si mtu wa makasi. Kwa rowe. Na mimi sikudanganyi saa hii. Nikasikia UDA inapeana 10,000 pande ile. Na DCP inapeana 50 bob. Eri niende nichukue hiyo 50 bob. Ya harari. Isiyo na damu. Isiyo na damu hata kidogo. Eri nichukue hiyo 50 bob. Lakini siwezi kwenda kuchukua 10,000. Ina vifo, ina abduction, ina kila kitu. Hata hiyo pesa my friend iwezi kukusaidia wewe na watoto yako. Wacha niende nichukue hiyo 50 bob. hata nikule kandoma nikiwa na furaha kuliko kuchukua hiyo 10,000 nizikule na mashida. Gava imeshindwa na kufanyia watu kazi. Sasa tunataka juu kina nani wanaenda Bungoma kesho, Murkomen usimame uwaambie kama kuna magoals. Juu wewe sasa ndio siku hizi unaambia watu msiende mahali kuko na magoals. Mumeshindwa na kazi. Simuambie Gachagua ampea wa my intelligent wake. Nao my intelligent my friend ni hatari kwa usalama. Gachagua akifanya kitu baka ina happen. Aliambia wazungu msikuje huku. Ni kunoma. Wazungu wakaona ni kama wanadanganywa. Sasa wameamini kulingana na vile Murkomen alisema jana. Kenya hakuna security. Ni kunoma, ni koru.
Personally, I've never been a friend of Ndindi Nyoro. Because I feel if there is anybody who betrayed President William Ruto, it's Ndindi Nyoro. People like Ndindi Nyoro are people President William Ruto carried on his back. And they got elected in their various areas. Yet, without President William Ruto committing any crime against them, they came and turned against him. But that notwithstanding, Ndindi Nyoro can carry the future of the Kikuyu community. Rigiji is not the future of the Kikuyu. Rigiji is the present. So, and of course, people want to follow hope. So, Ndindi Nyoro can easily take over the Kikuyu kingpin from Rigiji. Because Kenya is also not ready for a Kikuyu presidency in the next general election. They are ready for a Kikuyu presidency in the future. And the future are young men like Ndindi Nyoro and some of those people. Maybe Methu and such younger people. So, human beings like following hope. Yeah. So they can follow Ndindi Nyoro. But Rigiji will not let Ndindi Nyoro be. He will wage a smear campaigns against him, the same way he waged against Matiang'i, the same way against Kalonzo. But when he does those two who are non-Kikuyus, and he hears there's some sort of backlash, he pedals back and rejoins them and say, oh, he can live for them. That is what he does. So this man called Rigathi Gachagua is very predictable. That he would reject Ndindi Nyoro's party is predictable. That he would come up with the propaganda against him is very predictable. So I can tell you today, if another political party came up in Kikuyu land today, he will say that is Ruto's party. The same thing Raila used to do to us. In Lowland, if you came up with any political party, he will say the government has formed it for you to come and fight ODM. Ndindi, he will say the route is Ruto's party to fight DCP. That he will say. But it is a long time since Ndindi Nyoro quit the government. Rigathi Gachagua is still riding the crest of the wave because he's the only one who is viciously attacking President William Ruto from the Kikuyu community. Because the other partner he has is Uhuru Kenyatta, but Uhuru Kenyatta is not talking. He's only underwriting what is going on. So if another Kikuyu comes up who is credible presidential candidate, who is available to be president, who is allowed to be president, and begins to campaign vigorously around Kikuyu land, I can tell you for free, Rigiji will be relegated. And that is the time the Kikuyu will start noticing that he's a bad man. Yes. First of all, let me not allow you to say that Ndindi Nyoro betrayed Kenyans just by not voting in parliament. No, he didn't betray anybody because Ndindi Nyoro was out of the country. And even if he were there, people are saying that passing this finance bill betrayed Kenyans. Yet inside that very parliament, the opposition to that bill were given opportunity to debate and tell Kenyans what they didn't like about it. All of them. Yes. The only things they told us were lies, which when fact-checked, did not even appear in that finance bill. So the rejection of the finance bill was simply a fight against the president, a fight against the government of the day. Because we normally say that in democracy, the majority wins. But the minority must also be heard. We waited to hear the minority, we didn't hear anything. We waited to hear which parts of that finance bill they did not like. Which sections? They didn't say anything. Whatever they tried to say, they attempted to say, when checked, were not in that finance bill. So the only problem we have in this country is we have a biased media, a captured media that is not ready to say anything good the government does, but are ready to even convert those good things into bad ones. Why the media did not highlight the fact that the people who are opposing the finance bill did not tell Kenyans which parts of that finance bill were bad for the country. They did not do that. We are in this country where the media has refused to highlight anything the president is doing except in the negative manner. The other day, Rigiji was here telling us that the president promised to do something about the Nairobi River regeneration, that people would be fishing in it. Saying that people would be fishing in Nairobi River is figurative speech. But if you look around, the regeneration of the Nairobi River is going on, something the media should have highlighted against Rigiji's assertions. Look at Gikomba. Rigiji came and said that Ruto is not building Gikomba, is grabbing it. Today, Gikomba has changed. Construction is going on and is almost complete. The media has not come back to tell us Rigiji was lying. There's work gone. Recently, Rigiji told us the Rironi Mau Summit Road, there's nothing going on. Hata Wilbaro hakuna huko. No construction will take place. Today, several kilometers are being swallowed by new tarmac. And the media has not come back to say that Rigiji lies. When they even go to the program Fix the Nation in the NTV, that is what they should be talking about. Ruto is fixing the nation, and some people are opposing it. Even Citizen, what are they saying in Newsgang if they can't talk about that? Because what makes news is things that are unique and extraordinary. Somebody coming to declare that nothing is happening only to go and find it happening. If at Rigiji's stature, he can come to public and declare that President William Ruto is doing nothing about Rironi Mau Summit Road, then the next day, the media discovers that work is going on, and they do not even do as little as tell the public what is going on. The media is biased and is captured by the opposition. The only thing I will ask the president to do is ensure that we have at least one media house in this country which will tell Kenyans the truth. The other day when people were in Homa Bay, the media that went there, even to an extent of broadcasting that mayhem live from there, chose deliberately not to show us how the Linda Wananchi were mobilizing themselves in the middle of the road with pangas and even guns in their waists to storm Homa Bay to fight. They didn't show us that bit. There was one where there was Babu, there was one where there was James Sorengo, and there was one where there was Karoli. Those ones they didn't show us. It is now the self-appointed media, which is in social media, that showed us, look, these people are planning, these people are shouting they're going to take Homa Bay. And you can see that the battle for Homa Bay that was 2 days ago was not to address a political rally in Homa Bay, was not to speak to the people of Homa Bay. It was to prove a point that they can enter Homa Bay. And I've seen another blogger here called Aman Manyora saying that now Homa Bay was captured because those people finally went into Homa Bay. If he wanted to do analogy, then he must also have understood that what was to be Homa Bay was to be a political rally. So the storming of Homa Bay should have been in the form of the political rally was held in Homa Bay. But passing through Homa Bay to go back to Kisumu after you are unable to enter and address a rally there cannot be equated to storming Homa Bay. Rigiji never says anything true. Rigiji is the master of gaslighting and propaganda. Was it Otieno and Onyango fighting in Olkalau? Was it Ruto who gave them the weapons to fight in Olkalau? Recently in Kikuyu, there was a fight there between Rigiji's people and Kimani Ichung'wah's people. Was that Luos fighting Luos? Those were Kikuyus fighting themselves. Is it Ruto who gave them that? And I have told you the battle that was in Homa Bay had nothing to do with the national politics. It was the regional Luo politics. Babu Owino wanted to prove that he's the kingpin. Gladys Wanga wanted to prove that she's the queenpin. And Homa Bay is hers. She can block anybody from getting there. And Orengo was a tag team partner of Babu Owino. And you notice that even though it was Linda Wananchi that was supposed to have stormed Homa Bay, there was no time. Edwin Sifuna took the front banner. He was in the back banner. He didn't lead the team into Homa Bay. It was Babu leading them. Because the battle between Babu Owino and Gladys Wanga is the battle for the kingpin or queenpin in Luoland. That was the battle there. It had nothing to do with Ruto. It had nothing to do with the national politics. But I must also commend the local police for the work they did. Even though some got injured as is expected in a scenario like that. But despite all that chaos, all that mayhem, there is nobody who came up that was shot by the police.
True.
Yes. So we must commend the police. But even today, even the media itself is not talking about the commendable job done by the police in Homa Bay. And they prevented deaths. Because if they didn't stand between these two protagonists, carrying pangas, carrying rungus, carrying even guns, we would be talking about tens of people in the mortuary today and hundreds in hospitals. So I must commend at least the police service for the work they did in Homa Bay, and I am sorry that their lives were lost, especially for the police. One through an accident, and another one having, I don't know, there was one policeman died, but the others got injured. Okay. But they did a good job.
Yeah.
So if you hear anything about people shouting left, right, and center about Homa Bay, it is because they don't understand. Even that road that I saw, that road was a road under construction, and even that is why it was so dusty. Yeah, it's a road under construction. And when those vehicles were moving along that road, all of us saw tractors and earth movers on that road being done by President William Ruto. But Rigiji comes to tell us we have dusty roads and we are stocking two-term. That dusty road being fixed is why we are two-term. But when you go into the center of Homa Bay town, there's a dual carriageway that in the whole of Nyanza is only exists in Homa Bay and Kisumu, courtesy of President William Samoei Arap Ruto.
Okay.
Yes. Linda Mwananchi is a group of mercenaries being used by the Mount Kenya oligarchs to destroy non-Kikuyu regions. Why do I say so? In Linda Mwananchi, in Western, they have sponsored Sifuna. And when we are in Western, Sifuna takes the lead. When they come to Homa Bay, they send Babu Owino to take the lead, because in Homa Bay, we also have Karoli Omondi. But Karoli Omondi is incapable of doing mass politics. He's an elitist. An elitist who carries his chair when he's going to church. That is what I'm talking about. So he can't do a mass thing. So they use Babu Owino in Homa Bay, tag-teamed by Orengo. And when they go to Kisii, they use Matiang'i. And the Kenyans are unable to see that the very people who have governed this country for karibu to 60 years, looting and controlling Kenyans, have come back to hide behind others and control this. Every Kenyan, even the Kikuyu, know that Sifuna's group is incapable of financing itself. But they don't want to tell you who is doing it. Because they are hoping that Sifuna would be made a presidential candidate, and going by the crowds he pulls, he may win. Pulling a crowd does not mean popularity. When you go to a livestock market where they sell goats, and then you go there with a monkey, you will pull the largest crowd with your monkey. At the end of the day, when people are going home, you will still be carrying your monkey on your head, and the rest will have sold their goats. But you are the most popular during the market. Because people are curious to see the monkey. Yes.